In October 1880, Virgil Earp became city marshal of Tombstone. Tombstone was in a mining town, and Virgil wasn't happy with what was going down. He came into conflict with the Clanton family and the McClowrys, who were rustling horses, who said they were going to kill him for investigating several robberies. Virgil recruited his brothers Wyatt Earp and Morgan Earp as special deputies, and Doc Holliday, a dentist, gambler, and gunfighter, to stand up to these families and their sympathizer, Johnny Behan, sheriff of Cochise County. On the 25th of October, Ike Clanton and Tom McClowry arrived in Tombstone, and then picked a fight with Doc Holliday in the Alhambra Saloon. The next day, Ike Clanton and Tom McClowry were arrested by Virgil Earp for carrying firearms in the town. After they were disarmed and released, the two men joined Billy Clanton and Frank McClowry, who had just arrived in town. The men gathered at a place called the OK Corral in Fremont Street, ready for some kind of showdown. Ben was in town, and when he heard what was happening, he raced to Fremont Street and urged Billy Clanton and Frank McClowry to hand over their guns. They replied, "Not unless you disarm the Earps first. Ben replied, Virgil was going to get involved in a shootout, but it was too late. They were ready to fight it out. The Earps and the Doc carried on walking towards the OK Corral, but when they reached the four men, Virgil Earp said, "I want your guns." Billy Clanton responded by firing at Wyatt Earp. He missed, and Morgan Earp fired 2 bullets at Billy Clanton. He fell back against the wall, and Wyatt Earp fired back at Frank McClowry. The bullet hit him in the stomach, and he fell to the ground. Ike Clanton and Tom McClowry were both unharmed and tried to run away, but Doc Holliday took a shot, and McClowry was down. Billy Clanton and brother Frank McClowry were wounded and continued firing their guns. And Virgil and Morgan Earp and the Doc were all wounded. Wyatt Earp was unscathed, and he finished off the other ones. Billy Clanton and Frank McClowry both fell, and that was the end of the gunfight in the OK Corral. Yeah, Billy Clanton and Frank McClowry both fell, and that was the end of the gunfight of the OK Corral. This was the story of the gunfight of the OK Corral, the most famous gunfight in the West. Yeah, this is the story of the gunfight of the OK Corral, the most famous gunfight in the West.